Will Wilson is a Navajo photographer, a member of the Diné tribe in the southwest of America. He utilizes an old technique called tintype, which was popular in the mid-19th century. This was the technique used by the photographer William Curtis to document Native Americans in the Southwest. What Will Wilson has done is resurrected this method in photographs such as these. These originals would have been on 8x10 aluminum plates. Wet plate technique gives you 20 minutes to work. And then scanned and reprinted at high resolution on photographic paper. You can see that the methodology is not perfect. The technique leaves certain parts unfinished. It also renders skin tones and other natural effects as rather strange. This is all part of a project he's been working on for several years called CIPX, which means Critical Indigenous Photographic Exchange. And in this project, what Will Wilson seeks to do is to create a dialogue between this kind of ethnographic representation of Native Americans and present-day people. These photographs, although they look very old, are contemporary. These are both Will Wilson dressed as a Navajo Indian, a member of the Diné, and as a cowboy. This work is called How the West is One, and it talks about the duality and singularity of multiculturalism in the Southwest. Most importantly for me, I think it's the method itself, it's the technique and the way it renders people as a kind of otherworldly entity. I think Will has approached this as a photographer who's trying to interrogate the way Native Americans were presented in the 19th century. And the technique of wet plate photography is very much part of that. The photographs in William Curtis's photographs of Native Americans make people look completely like from another planet. And this is true of all of his other photographs. In this particular one, this is the first he used this technique. This one was actually intended simply to show off that necklace, which was the work of a series of Navajo silversmiths in Santa Fe, working in Santa Fe. He decided to use this technique, it had been in the back of his mind, and was very, very pleased with the results, which oscillate between the present and the past. The technique itself is very, very imperfect and has some of the qualities of alchemy. It's a very simple project, a very simple process utilizing silver in the wet plate technique. In a series of workshops, Wilson invites models and photographers to come in and take part in this whole project, creating a body of work that seeks to engage and problematize the whole question of cultural and racial representation in the Western world.